fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
As I stood there, the bioluminescent algae pulsed like a heartbeat, casting an eerie, ethereal light on Kai's chiseled features. The gentle glow danced across his face, illuminating the sharp lines of his jaw and the piercing intensity of his eyes. His fingers, calloused yet tender, traced my jawline, sending shivers down my spine as his touch sparked a flutter in my chest. "They'll never understand this," he murmured, his voice thick with desire, the words barely above a whisper. I felt his warm breath on my skin, and my heart skipped a beat as his lips brushed against my ear. Xylara's sudden presence shattered the moment, her power rippling through the air like a cold wind. "Where are your parents?" she demanded, her gaze piercing, her eyes seeming to bore into my very soul. I swallowed hard, the lie bitter on my lips. "There." Delayed, I stammered, trying to sound convincing, but my voice trembled, betraying my nervousness. Kai's arm tightened around me, his heat searing through the thin fabric of my dress, a comforting presence that seemed to anchor me to the moment. Xylara's laugh was cold, a sound that sent shivers down my spine. "Earthlings fear passion," she said, her nail scraping my throat, the touch sending a shiver of fear through me. "But you crave it." Her words were laced with a knowing, understanding that seemed to see right through me. My pulse raced, torn between duty and the hunger Kai awakened in me, a hunger that threatened to consume us both. I felt like I was standing at the edge of a precipice, staring into an abyss of unknown depths, with Kai's hand the only thing holding me back. As I looked up at him, I saw the same turmoil reflected in his eyes, the same struggle to reconcile our desires with the expectations of those around us. "We can't stay here," Xylara said, her voice breaking the spell, her words a harsh reminder of the reality we faced. "The others will be looking for us." Kai's arm didn't loosen, but I felt a tension in his body, a cold energy that seemed to be waiting to spring into action. "We'll leave," he said, his voice low, his eyes never leaving mine. "But we'll be back." Xylara's gaze narrowed, her eyes glinting with a knowing light. "I'll make sure of it," she said, her voice dripping with an unspoken promise. As we walked away from the glowing algae, I felt like I was leaving a part of myself behind, a part that I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to reclaim. The darkness seemed to close in around us, a physical manifestation of the uncertainty that lay ahead. But with Kai's hand in mine, I felt a sense of hope, a sense that together, we might just be able to navigate the treacherous landscape of our desires. "What do we do now?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Kai's fingers intertwined with mine, his touch sending a spark of electricity through my body. "We find a way to make this work," he said, his voice low, his eyes burning with a fierce determination. "We find a way to be together no matter what." I felt a surge of emotion at his words, a sense of wonder and excitement that seemed to lift me up, to carry me forward on a tide of possibility. As we walked, the darkness seemed to recede, replaced by a sense of hope, a sense that together we might just be able to overcome anything. But Xylara's words still lingered in my mind, a reminder of the dangers that lay ahead, the obstacles that we'd have to overcome if we were to be together. "Earthlings fear passion," she'd said, her voice dripping with contempt, but I knew that it was more than that. It was a fear of the unknown, a fear of the unpredictable, a fear of the passion that burned between Kai and me. As we walked, I felt that passion growing, a flame that seemed to burn brighter with every step. It was a flame that threatened to consume us both, a flame that could either warm us or destroy us, and I knew that I had to make a choice, to decide whether to fan the flames or to try and extinguish them. But as I looked up at Kai, I knew that I couldn't help myself. I was drawn to the fire, helpless to resist its pull. And as we walked, the darkness seemed to fade away, replaced by a sense of wonder, a sense of excitement, a sense of possibility. "What's going to happen to us?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Kai's fingers tightened around mine, his touch sending a surge of emotion through my body. "I don't know," he said, his voice low, his eyes burning with a fierce intensity. "But I do know one thing." "What's that?" I asked, my heart pounding in my chest. "I'll never let you go," he said, his voice a promise, a vow that seemed to seal our fate. As we walked, the darkness seemed to recede, replaced by a sense of hope, a sense that together we might just be able to overcome anything. And I knew that I'd follow him anywhere, no matter what lay ahead. The bioluminescent algae pulsed behind us, a reminder of the moment that had changed everything, the moment that had set us on this path. And as we disappeared into the darkness, I knew that nothing would ever be the same again.